Hi everyone, please take note of the following disclaimer. Please note that this video is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes. It does not constitute financial advice. We are not registered financial advisors. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing where we don't ignore total returns. I think that's going to be my new intro catchphrase starting right now. Welcome to the final portfolio unveil of the year of 2025. This is going to cover all the moves, all my updates for December of 2025. In case you're new here, welcome. My name is Adrian. This channel focuses on income-oriented investing where we don't ignore the total returns with a special focus on predominantly covered call ETFs. And I basically unveil my portfolio every single month. This is episode, this is years and years that I've been doing this now. So what you're looking at is a tool called Passive. This is a really cool, nifty organizational tool where I organize my accounts together. There's reporting features. That's actually where I went to see how much dividends I got for the entire year. So make sure to download it, guys. There's a free version. Try it out for free. And if you like it, you could upgrade to the elite membership where you will unlock additional functionality. And even if you use it for free, use my link, use my reference link or my affiliate link. I'll even pin it in the comments, because even if you're choosing the free version, because if you choose to upgrade, you will get 50% off. I repeat, use my link to get 50% off on the elite membership for 1 year. So this is the total value of my 3 investing accounts together, which I consider one portfolio. And don't worry, we'll do the whole breakdown in Excel in a little bit, and you'll know exactly, or I'll show you how to find out exactly, okay, what do I have in my TFSA? What do I have in Erica's TFSA? And what do we have in our joint non-registered or cash account? So in case you're new here, this is a combination of the value of our 3 investing accounts, our 2 TFSAs, as you could see on the left, and the joint account, which I basically, put into all accounts combined. I love Passive. You could organize your accounts, you could connect different accounts, and you could see everything in one place, which is great. So just under 2.2 million. This is Canadian. This is in Canadian dollars. So, and by the way, another tool that I use that's really cool is Snowball Analytics. This has a little bit more details, the breakdown of your dividends. You could do all kinds of stuff here. I haven't even scratched the surface. And they're having a sale, by the way, 30% off their paid plans. I highly recommend you check it out. I do have a link also for that in the comment section. You'll see that, or in the affiliate link section. Normally you get 10% off, but you're not going to get, using my link will not give you 40% off because 30% is already pretty high. But either way, try it out for free. And the link is in the video below. So now let's break down the whole portfolio in Excel, everyone. And I'm going to show it to you on my screen. It might be a little bit small, so download the Excel file for free on our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. Click on free tools and it will be the very first download. So here is my entire portfolio, 11 positions, broken down one by one in Excel. Again, download the Excel if it's too small to see. So the first thing we're going to do normally, as usual, is, by the way, there's multiple tabs at the bottom here. So if we go to main portfolio tracker, this is where I record all my buys and sells for every single month. So if you look at December, which is all the way at the bottom, what did I do this month? So I did this in early December. And by the way, if you want to know what I do the day of or live, think about becoming an Inner Circle member. It's just one of the perks. Click that little join button to find out more. But all my members already know what I've done, basically. But here's what I've done. I sold my GLCL position, the gold miners cover call ETF, and I swapped it mostly to HBIX, or pretty much, I think all of it. I swapped it to HBIX, and then the profit, which was 11,000, went, I think I did half MST, half ETHY. So I was up on GLCL. Bitcoin was down. I sold GLCL not because I don't like it. There's anything wrong. I think gold is good as a store of value long term. I think Bitcoin is just the upgraded version of that, my opinion here. But Bitcoin was down, gold was up, so I did that swap. It was just too good to be true. or a good opportunistic swap, if you will. So I don't have any more gold exposure in my portfolio. I will get some a little bit in the next coming months. So yeah, sold GLCL, had 50,000 in there, made a $11,000 gain or capital gain. So I put 50K in HBIX, which we'll see in a second, which is basically IBIT with covered calls, or essentially Bitcoin. And that little 11,000, I put it in half MST, half Ethereum, which were down as well. So my buys 50,000 in HBIX, like you see here. MSTE, you guys know what my plan is. I'm investing about $2,000 to $2,500 a week. In MSTE, I actually have another tab here called MSTE buys, where you could see all the MSTE buys. If you want, again, if you're an Inner Circle member, you already know this because I update and sometimes even do a video the day of. So again, if you want to know what I do live in my portfolio, become an Inner Circle member. It's only $3 a month Canadian, super cheap. So another 12,500 in MSTE, a little bit more in the Ethereum, which is the 5K profit from this 11,000. And then my main buys, 20K in Biggie and 10K in HHIS, and a little bit more in Class A, and that's only in the TFSA. The Class A is only going to be in the TFSA. So this is the breakdown, everyone, of my portfolio right now. Let's go through how I'm doing on each position. Before we do that, I'd like to thank the good friend of the channel, the sponsor of this monthly series, Hamilton ETFs. You guys know that HDIV and HYLD are some of my personal favorite ETFs. These are the flagship funds, the all-in-one funds of Hamilton ETFs, if you will. And in case you miss it, I highly recommend you check out 3 amazing videos that I produced. One, which is definitely the thumbnail of the year, and I really do a breakdown. It's kind of like an homage to these 2 ETFs. So you have HDIV. I go through the history of HDIV, going down memory lane. I compare them. I do a lot of total return comparison. HDIV is one of, I feel this could be the greatest Canadian ETF of all time. I go through the reasons why in this video. Make sure to check it out. I also do a little homage to HYLD, which is now on version 3. This is their second flagship all-in-one fund. I love this fund, this ETF as well. This has been through a lot of changes. We're now on HYLD 3.0, but we go through memory lane on this one as well, and I really show you the history of HYLD. It's very interesting. Last but not least, a full Q&A with the main guy behind all these option strategy, the chief option strategist. It's a community favorite, Nick Picard from Hamilton ETFs. So we do a full Q&A talking about HYLD, HDIV, the Daymax. Now that they added some Daymax exposure in HYLD and HDIV, I highly recommend you check out these 3 videos. I'll put them in the video description below and even pin it in the comment as well. So thank you again to Hamilton ETFs for being a good friend of the channel. Really appreciate it. They're going to continue being a partner and a sponsor of this monthly series in 2026. I really appreciate their support. All right, so let's go back to the portfolio, everyone, and let's go through one by one the holdings. Now, if you're curious to know what I have in which account, you could just unhide these columns here. There's plenty of hidden columns. If you just unhide, you could see exactly where the shares are. So these are total shares. These are the TFSA shares, non-reg shares, as well as tax stuff. I'm just going to hide that, but in case you're curious, you want to know where I have and where, you could unhide those columns yourself and just download the Excel file for free. On our website, again, passiveincomeinvesting.ca, free tools. Just click on download and you will download this sheet exactly right here that you are looking at. So what I've done is I added, you guys really seem to like it. So what I do now, I'm tracking, I do a little bit more tracking for each position. So now for each position, I have my book cost. So how much is my average cost base or my ACB versus the current price. So these 2 columns will tell you just on the capital, guys, not the income. The income is next. It's separate. If I'm up or down on just the capital and how long, and then the income is separate as well. How much distribution income that I get since holding these positions, and what is my unrealized total return? Why is it unrealized? Because it's only realized if I sell everything. So for example, for HYLD, I have 18,750 shares with an average cost base of $13.87. The current price is approximately $15.16. So book price versus current price, I'm up 9.29%, or I'm up 24,155, but it's unrealized. This is only realized, for example, if I sell off the HYLD. I'm just showing you what my capital, what the current value versus my book current value versus my investment value or my book cost. And then there is but that's just the capital. You have to count the distributions as well. So how much distribution income have I received lifetime from HYLD? It's 64,543. Where do I find this information? Either in passive or Snowball Analytics. You'll get that information. And so the unrealized total return is basically all the distributions I got plus the unrealized gain or loss. In this case, it's a gain. So these two numbers together basically make my unrealized total return of a little over 88,000. This is realized if, for example, I sell HYLD tomorrow, which I don't. So hopefully that's clear. I've basically done that for every single position. So you could see that the main theme is the longer you hold something, the more return you're going to get, right? Obviously. So QQCL, I've done the same thing. You could see the unrealized total return and if I'm up or down on it, and all the distributions I got. I've done that for every single fund, guys. You could see that HHIS, because it's such a big payer, even though I'm pretty much broke even on it, right? My book cost is $12.61. It's only at $12.72. So I'm only up 5,300 on it. And that's my biggest position, by the way, HHIS. But I got over 100,000 worth of distribution. So that needs to be counted as well, right? So I did the same thing for every holding. Biggie's a bit newer, so obviously that's why I'm most of the return is coming from the distributions. The higher the yield is, most likely the higher chance, or the more your return is going to come from the distributions you get. So that's basically, you could go down the whole portfolio. So obviously the first 5 are my core US positions. These are diversified US core positions, which make up just under 73% of my entire portfolio. So these are my core US positions. You have the percentages here, the weights here, and yeah. That's basically it. For my Bitcoin positions, of course, I have my biggest loser for now, MSTE, which I still have a strong conviction in. I'm still dollar cost averaging. I was 13 last month. Now I'm in the 12. So I'm slowly adding shares, stacking MSTE shares. So right now, capital wise, I am down a whopping 152,000, right? Because right now the current price is $471 and my average cost base is $12.67. But that's going down every single week because I'm averaging down pretty quickly, especially at these compressed low prices. But I've received just under 44,000 of income. So if you add these two numbers together, basically I am down unrealized total right now on MST, down 108,000. HBTE is my second Bitcoin position. This is Bitcoin companies. So I was actually thinking of maybe moving HBTE into this section, core US equity, because if you actually look at what HBTE holds, you have Coinbase in there, you have Robinhood, you have Iron, you have Block, you have, companies that are related to Bitcoin in a way, but some of them are not related. So it blurs the line, but I mean, I'm still going to keep it in the Bitcoin positions here for now. And now you have HBIX at 150. It used to be 100. Now it's at 150. So by doing that, I lowered my cost base to 1188, but I'm still capital wise, it's at 967. So I'm down 27,000 on it, unrealized, of course, but I got almost 9,500 worth. So I'm down technically unrealized. Total return is 18,000. So MSTE and Bitcoin, of course, are I'm down on right now, unrealized, but it makes sense because Bitcoin is down, but not by much. I think, all it has to do is recover back to 100K and it goes quick, right? So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it stays compressed at these levels because I'm just going to keep buying more MST every single week. Now, in terms of my secondary and opportunistic positions, so HDIV, I'm planning to add in the new year. Class A, I have 15K. This is exclusively in my my TFSA. So I'm up on it, got a little bit of income. It's only had it for 2 months, so I'm up on it. And Ethereum's I'm down as well on it. Can never figure out, you know, this is why I would never be a good trader. I always buy at the wrong time. So this is why I'm happy. I am an investor. So I am down 21% capital wise, 280 of income. It's a relatively new position, but going forward, yeah, it's 262 a month of income. So I'm down 4K on it. So it's really the crypto positions that I'm down on. Technically, everything else I'm pretty much up on. So again, you could unhide the columns, and but for now, I'm just going to hide everything so I see it nice and concise here. So there you go, everyone. That is the you have all my full numbers here. So you have the and this is forward looking, remember. So these are my portfolio income totals. You know, book cost versus, this is unrealized, but this is basically the addition of all my investments, my investment amount. So all my book costs versus what my current portfolio value is, which I just showed you where we get that right from passive here. So that's basically it. These are my totals. And by the way, if you scroll on the left and you could scroll down, you could actually see every year I'm tracking my capital gains and my total distributions. These are realized capital gains and or losses. So the numbers are in basically. So here are the totals. So $345,000 of profit in 2025. Most of it coming, of course, from my income, and the capital gains of $19,000 capital gains. It's all the changes, all the swaps I made. I basically added up all the gains of the year minus all the losses of the year, and you know, hopefully my math was right, but capital gain was a little under 20,000. So I'm going to make another video. The last video of the year is going to be a summary of my portfolio of 2025, how it did, and my 2026 objectives. Don't forget to download these things here, guys. Passive, Snowball Analytics. There's also Blossom. Blossom is a really cool social media app that focuses on investing. You could follow my portfolio live. Adrian_PII is my username. You could see it here. You could actually follow my portfolio live if you want. I'll put a link to download Blossom app. It's a mobile app, or you could use it on your computer, on your desktop as well now, which is great. To follow my portfolio, make sure to follow me, Adrian_PII. So there you have it, everyone. Hopefully I did not forget anything. The summary of 2025 is going to be in the last video of the year, which is going to come out on the 31st. So see you there. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay passive, stay honorable. See you next time.